Oh, Rab. I talked to Greg Kellner this morning. He said Mazel Tov and knock him dead.
Welcome to Temple Beth Shalom. Jacob, have a seat. We are so delighted that you could be with us here to celebrate Shabbat and have an opportunity to celebrate with our congregation the opportunity for another child to be prepared to read Torah here with us today. We want to give a little bit of an orientation to our sanctuary. First of all, our prayer books are found in the seat underneath you, except if you're sitting in the front row. So if you, in front of you. And I'd like to ask you to join me on page 120 to give a little bit of a brief orientation of our prayer book. Our prayer book is designed as though when you open up the page, there's a left side and a right side. The Hebrew prayer in its original will be on the right side. Transliteration appears immediately to its left. That's the Hebrew words in the English characters. And there's an English translation immediately below that. Sometimes we'll be on the right side of the page. Sometimes we'll be on the left side of the page. Jacob will take us through the service, and you'll know how to follow along. If you have not yet turned your cell phone off, or at least to vibrate, I invite you to do so now. I would like to begin our service in somewhat of an unorthodox way. That's kind of what we do here. We reform our service time and time again. I'd like to call upon Uncle Josh Pomerantz to present Jacob with something very special. So Jacob, you may come back.
So I am honored to be here today and to be a part of Jacob's celebration. And we'll walk you through many parts of the service and why it's so special. But for today, we also wanted to talk to you about... Turn off the cell phone. Dad. So one of our traditions in our family is being horn players. And we have brass horns that we play in bands and trumpets. But another horn that's very important in Judaism is the shofar. So Aunt Marta and I have bought Jacob his own shofar that he can have as part of the Temple Beth Shalom community, and hopefully he will join the Ba'alei Tekiah and become part of those who blow shofar and welcome in the Sabbath, welcome in the New Year. And so Jacob, Aunt Marta and I would like for you to have this shofar, which hopefully you will have for many, many years to come. So for you, and we'll put it down here for later in our service, but we wanted you to have this as part of today's celebration.
So we now call upon Sandy Pomerantz to join Jacob at the Amud with Rabbi are his grandparents.
So Jacob, you know the history of our family talitot, right? It began with your uncle Jeremy, and he chose this pattern from the Gabrieli weavers in Jaffa in Israel. That's a place that Jonah left from in his journeys. And then Uncle Josh forgot all about that. And a few years later, when it was Uncle Josh's turn, he went and looked at the same wall of talisim, and he chose this pattern. And so we decided, for those in our family who wanted to wear it, that we would make this, we're not Scottish, but like a family tartan. And it became our talis that some of our family members wear. Now, Jacob, I want you to look. You see how bright the color of the indigo is on your talis? And the dye is a little different, but it's a whole different color. And this is what happens if you wear it for a very, very long time. So we want you to fade that talis with a lot of wear. We want it to be out in the light and let the light affect the color. And you'll see, Don, look at Uncle Sylvan. Look at the difference between Sean and Uncle Sylvan's color. So we want you to have the same kind of thing. And you wear this talis, Jacob, in health, in blessing, as a Jewish man, as a person who does mitzvahs in the world, as a person who improves the world the way you live. So first of all, as Jacob has presented this talis for his temple family, why don't we together say the Shechianu, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shechianu, Kimanu, Yehianu, Azman Hazeh. And so Jacob now, as we place the fringes, we'll say the blessing. And from now on, becomes his responsibilities for fulfilling mitzvahs. Up to now, Jacob, your family took on whatever you did, right or wrong. Now, this day forward, it's yours.
As I wrap myself in the talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul. Adonai, my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, aker shishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chitatef bat tzitzit.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. We continue our service on page 192 with the singing of Matovu.
Hallelujah.
continue together in English on the top of page 195. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail. How well we are aware, we lack the strength to stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei chol basar, umafli la'asot. We continue on the bottom of page 197. Together. My soul came to me pure, drawn from the reservoir of the holy. All the time it remains within me. I am thankful for its thirst, for compassion and justice. Let my eyes behold the beauty of all creatures. Let my hands know the privilege of righteous deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biyado nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. We continue on page 198 as we chant responsively Nisim B'chol Yom, our blessings for daily miracles. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'savivina, l'avchin beinu vein laila.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokea ivri.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokev kefufim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ruka haaretz hahamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaber.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten la'ya'ev koach.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'ena, uchnuma me'afapai.
Amen. Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim. Amen.
Please turn to page 203. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands no abdication of my mind.
Jew, because the faith of Israel requires all the devotion of my heart.
I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, the Jew weeps.
I am a Jew because at every time when despair cries out, the Jew hopes.
I am a Jew because the word of Israel is the oldest and the newest.
I am a Jew because Israel's promise is the universal promise.
I am a Jew because for Israel the world is not completed, we are completing it.
I am a Jew because for Israel humanity is not created, we are creating it.
I am a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself.
I am a Jew because above humanity, image of divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine.
We turn to the top of page 204 as we join in our blessing for the study of Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
We continue at the middle of page 206. Together. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. We turn to page 218 as we join in the singing of Psalm 150.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Last line.
Kol haneshama